Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. I sell used books, CDs, and DVDs online on platforms like eBay and Amazon. That is what I do full-time to support my family. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Scoutly. It's an app that I use to basically pre-sort all of my books and decide where I'm going to be potentially selling them. So, what Scoutly does is, real quickly, before we get any misconceptions, what Scoutly does is Scoutly looks at the information that is currently on Amazon. That is like the prices the books are listed at, both FBA and FBM, fulfilled by Amazon and fulfilled by merchant. They will also kind of take into account the fees that Amazon charges. They will also give you an idea of what the rank is on the book. So as far as rank goes, number 1 rank is the best-selling book. 5 million rank is the 5 millionth best-selling book, which 5 million is not a great rank for a book whatsoever. And they will also tell you how many times that book has sold in the last 6 months. Well, how many days have had a sale. If there's been multiple sales on a day, that information kind of gets lost in all this stuff. But anyways, we are going to be looking at Scoutly today. I use it to sort books for either saying that these are going to go to Amazon, or if they meet some other criteria, that criteria being like they're not on Amazon, which is a great criteria in my case, or if it's just like really high rank but still appears to have some value, that stuff is the stuff that goes into my eBay pile. People ask me this all the time. Josh, how do you use Scoutly to sort stuff into a pile of stuff to list on eBay? And the answer to that is, if it's not on Amazon, or if it's high rank and higher price, it goes into my eBay pile. If it's high rank and low price, I just get rid of it, send it to a used bookstore, use it for trade-in credit, or something else. But yeah, the price is too low on Amazon, it's not going to be worth anything on eBay either. The price doesn't magically go up because you take it over to eBay. But anyways, let's talk pricing real quick. So the pricing, there's 2 plans for Scoutly. There's the light plan, which does not have a database you can download, meaning that you need an internet connection to use it. The professional plan, which is normally $35 a month, they allow you to download a database so you don't need a live internet connection to use it. I do pay for the annual plan of Scoutly, which is $350 for the year, which is $29.17 per month. The light plan is $10 per month, or you can do $100 for the whole year if that's what you are wanting to do. So really, as far as like barrier to entry and cost, at least trying out the plan is great. I'm also going to put a link down below. That link might have some sort of free trial. It might have a little bit off. I don't remember. But if you do use that link, I do get a little bit of kickback for it as well, which is not much, but it is nice. So we're going to be looking at Scoutly today, looking carefully at the screen, because a lot of people, myself included, the first time you look at Scoutly, when you've scanned a book, it's overwhelming because there's tons of information there. But the more you look at the screen, you can make a split decision very, very fast. So I'm going to scan a book real quickly. Let's start with this one right here. And we are going to look at, actually start with this one. I think this one was better if I remember correctly. Let me start recording my screen. 3, 2, 1. Screen's recording, hopefully. So this is the Scoutly app. I have set my triggers right now to the default triggers. My triggers are slightly different than the default triggers. I use some triggers that are fairly similar to Mike the Used Book Guys. I'll put a link down in the description to his video where he talks about his triggers. I don't publicize my triggers very much because I change my triggers from time to time, and everybody's business is different. What you're paying for books is going to be different, and things are constantly changing on Amazon. So because of that, I don't share mine, but Mike's are a great, great place to start. So we're going to scan this book. You can hook up a Bluetooth scanner to this, wireless, so that you can actually like just use this to scan it and not have to use your phone to scan it. But just for today, we're going to use the phone to scan these. There's the barcode. We've scanned it. Now, if you look on here, it says the used buy box is $14.65. So if we sell that at that $14.65, that means on FBA, looking in the top left corner, this is where you want to be looking probably the most, or at least the first, it's going to tell us how much we would be making selling this FBA, and that is $7.02. If we sold at FBM at that price, we would make $6.02, it says. Okay. Sales score, that is important. That is 29. That means in the last 6 months, this has sold 29 times, which is good for a book. Now, some things to note. The FBM price is a lot lower than the FBA price, but there's only one available FBA. That means there's only one book that somebody can pay that is used and get it as far as like a prime offer. All these FBMs are most likely not going to be prime. So people are willing to pay more typically for prime. I don't think they're going to pay $14.65 because if we look at the new price under this new FBA column, a new book is $15.42. They're probably not going to pay $14.65 for a used book, but you know what? They might pay $12. That's probably what I would list this book for. Over here in the top right, it has the fair value. If you see that above it, it says $830. That is, my understanding of that is that's the last price this book sold for FBM, which notice all the prices are currently above that. You can click on all these different prices on the screen and it will recalculate in the top left how much you would be making FBA. And even look down here. If we sell this for $9.99, we're still going to make $3.06, which is not bad. Also in the bottom right, it tells us about sellback companies. Sellback Your Book, SBYB, is paying 37 cents. Ziffit is paying 37 cents as well, which those companies have now combined into World of Books. I don't understand why they're still separate on here, but they are. Yeah, we can also have some other stuff down at the bottom that I do not use quite as often, but we will talk about it in a little bit. But I want to look at another book. All right, guys, I want to talk to you real quick about Thrift Books. They are today's video sponsor. Thrift Books is one of the largest sellers of used books online, and they want to buy books from you. But the question is, why would you want to sell your books to them instead of selling them yourselves online on platforms like eBay and Amazon? There's a bunch of different reasons. Number one, logistics. If you are sending your books to Thrift Books, you don't have to grade them yourselves. You don't have to condition them. You don't have to put that extra time and care into a book like you would need to if you were selling it on eBay or Amazon. No photos, no listing, no nothing. Just throw it in a box, ship it off to them. They provide free shipping labels via media mail, which can be picked up at your door with USPS. Or if you're shipping whole truckloads, pallets, gaylords, whatever that is, they will handle the shipping for you. Just reach out to them, talk to them. They do an amazing job with this. Also, there's no additional fees. Whatever they quote you is what they're going to pay you. You're going to get money in your pocket right away. If you're selling on eBay or Amazon, you're going to have to wait for that sale and then wait a few days, a few weeks, a few months, maybe with Amazon to actually get your money out. But with them, as soon as they get things checked in and it's all good, they're going to send you money either via PayPal or store credit that you can use right away. So that is absolutely great. Very fast turnover. Get the money back in your pocket right away. Also, if you have like list of ISBNs, like you want to upload 100 or 200 ISBNs at a time, they do have bulk ISBN uploads. You can get through things super duper fast that way. No like scanning things one at a time and doing all that. They do have the option to like upload tons of ISBNs all at once. And with this, doing all this, it's going to allow you to spend less time selling the books. You're going to be able to spend more time on your business, more time developing relationships, more time working on your processes. And you know what? If you want to check them out, go to thriftbooks.com/buyback, which I'll put a link down in the description below, and you can get started that way. Anyways, back to the video. Let's look at this next one, Hispanic Woman. We scan it. Notice the rank on this book is a lot higher. It's from 2.1 to 3 million. This book does not sell near as often as the last one. In fact, in the last 180 days, it's only sold 6 times. So this book is selling about 1 time a month. But I see some things on here I like. There's no new FBA offers, which I like to see that. That means we don't have to worry about having that ceiling of we can't go above the new price. There is one used FBA at $29.95. I do think that's maybe just a hair too high here. I would probably list this book at like $24.95 or maybe $19.95 or something like that, especially since the fair value is $7.90. That means somebody bought this book for $7.90 merchant fulfilled. And there are current offers down at $11.50. If we sell it for $11.50, we'll still make $3.64. But if we can sell it for like $19 or something like that, we will make $10 FBA, looking in that top left corner. Or we could send this to Sell Back Your Book for 26 cents. So I think that is another good book to send in. I think all the books I had in this pile are good books to send in. Let's scan this one. This one looks great. Sell score, $24. This one has a fair value of $8.50. That seems kind of weird. But all the prices that are currently available are like $28, $35. Somewhere in that range. So something to look out for is they've given us this weird chart, this weird graph down here on this listing. And they typically do that whenever the sell score is a bit higher. We did not have it on the last book, but on this one we did. This is a Keepa graph, or at least part of a graph that you could see if you paid for Keepa. Now, some things to look for on this line. That black line that you see that goes kind of up and down slowly, that is the used price of this book. And yeah, it looks like that has never really been above $20 until recently. In fact, a lot of times it's looking like that thing is down around $10. The green line that goes up and down and up and down, that is the sales rank. So every time you see it shoot down, like it's got all these steep parts where it shoots down very quickly, those are times when the book is selling. So whatever the price is, whenever that line goes down, that's telling you the price that it sold at. So this book isn't actually selling really above $20. So this book should probably be priced for like $19.95 or something like that. We might be able to pull off a $24.95 if we come in cheap. But honestly, a book like this, I would probably price at $24.95. And that's where I would probably want to be on something like this. For some reason, right now, this book is currently inflated in price. Maybe somebody talked about it in a podcast or something somewhere. So this has been Scoutly. Let me show you one more thing. Yeah, let's take a book we did earlier, In the Margins. So now we could scan this barcode on the back using this, but let's just pretend like this book didn't have a barcode and it just had the ISBN. And the ISBN might even be inside of the cover. Oh, this book is signed. Looky there. That's cool. And let's say I just wanted to scan this ISBN, this OCR button in the center. If I click on that, it's going to change how my window looks. And then if I just put that over the ISBN, it automatically will read the ISBN for me. So as long as a book has an ISBN, I can scan just the ISBN, not even the barcode, and Scoutly will read that information and then goes to Amazon, checks how many times it's sold in the last 180 days, checks all the currently available prices, checks the rank, and all that great stuff. So this has been a super quick video about Scoutly, how to read it, how to look at the screen. Hopefully some of this made sense. But remember, look in the top left. That will tell you how much you will be making FBA for that book. Okay, you can click on the different current prices of it to see if the book sells at a certain price, how much you would be making. You can also pay attention to the sales score. You can pay attention to your rank. Those things are very important. If a book is only selling one time every 6 months, there's a good chance you're going to have to wait a lot longer than 6 months for it to be your turn to sell that book. So those are some things to consider. The faster the book is selling and the more the book is selling for, the more likely I want to send it into Amazon. The less the book is selling for, or the less often a book is selling, the less likely it is that I want to send it into Amazon. Okay? Also, the more I'm paying for a book goes into that conversation as well. And that's part of why I don't share my triggers as much, because there's a lot of factors that go into the making a decision about if you're going to buy a book rather than just like a very quick setting up some triggers. What you're paying for the book is very important. how long that book is going to take to sell, the current price of the book, and the historical price of the book. Those things are very important. Also, I'm kind of curious why this one doesn't show me a Keepa graph right away right here, but the other one did. So maybe if I click on live, let's click on live there in the center. Is that going to show me a Keepa graph? Ah, there we go. Now we got our Keepa graph. So the reason I had to click on live is I have the database downloaded and mine's a few days out of date. But anyways, this has been Scoutly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check it out, I will put a link down in the description. I can't remember if that link has like a certain percentage off or free trial or something. I don't know, but it will help me out in this channel out. If you're interested in trying out Amazon, this is the first piece of software I suggest somebody getting to try out Amazon for the first time. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.